All right, guys. We are now live commentary here between a game between England and Wales, and it is another penalty to England now between the 22 and the 10-meter line inside the Wales territory. So another very kickable one coming up for Marcus Smith as Wales being penalised there. Not quite sure what the reason is. We'll find out real soon. So. Francois Smith says go Wales. Sakabula says go Wales. And then Francois Smith says that stadium must have 80k people. Miss seeing that in South Africa. Absolutely. And then Sakabula says, how's it, Guru? How's it going, Sakabula? And then come on, Wales. And Barry asks, you okay? What happened? I was busy with the Sharks versus Benetton game. We just finished that up, so that's why I jumped into this game right away, Barry. So we finished up the Sharks game, and now we're here for this England one. 16 minutes gone in this one already, and it's England looking to take a 9-point lead now through Marcus Smith between the 10 and the 22-meter line, right in the middle of the field here. And looks like it's gone to the right of the post this time round as Marcus Smith misses his first kick of the game. So Wales proving a sigh of relief there as Marcus missed that one. So Dan Biggar will now restart this one here for Wales from the 22-meter line. Right, the deep kick in from Dan Biggar, collected by Freddie Stewart now for England right on halfway as Ben Young, they get it out now to Carl Sinclair, who makes a good bit of ground there for them as well. Marcus Smith, back inside it goes. Great work from Freddie Stewart to get it for them now. Harry Randall with the pass out to Marcus Smith. Here comes another attacking opportunity, but the pass have gone through the back door, and now it needs to be recovered now by Max Mullins on the 10-meter line inside the England's half now. Can Harry Randall secure this ball for them? Yes, he can. So he's going to go with a box kick over the top now. Not the greatest of kicks, though. And they all let it bounce, and it looks like it is going to come back to the side of England eventually on halfway. Now Harry Randall with another box kick over the top. This time the chase coming from Max Mullins. Liam Williams needing to go back for it now. He's under pressure here as Tom Curry is onto that ball in a flash, but into touch it goes. And it will be an England line-out about 10 meters from the try line. Barry says a shocking score in that Sharks game. Never expected it. And then Sakabula asks, what happened to the Sharks game? My girlfriend spoiled my rugby day. So the Sharks managing to win that game by 29 points to 7 against Benetton. So the Sharks securing the full 5 points there in that game against Benetton Treviso as well. Right, so 6 points to 0. Now an attacking line-out coming up for England, 10 meters from the try line of Wales. And Wales will try and to defend this try line of theirs with great might now. But it is going to be thrown in now. And here's a chance for Luke Cowan-Dickie. Gets the ball out and into the hands of England. They go 10 meters out from the try line. Maro Itoje pick up and go from him. Not getting too much ground with it, though. And Harry Randall waiting for this one to come out. Gets Courtney Laws. Still working their way about 7 meters out as England now in the middle of the field. Harry Randall, Marcus Smith. Back inside they go to Freddie Stewart. Or Dombrand, sorry. Now Harry Randall again to Courtney Laws. Still about 10 meters out now in the middle of the field is England. Harry Randall now gets it out. Still England coming now. Harry Randall again gets it out to Alice Genge. And Baby Rhino is just a meter short of the try line. Right, England still coming. And can they burst their way over the try line though? Harry Randall waiting for it. And no, says the referee, there's been a knock-on from England. And it is going to be a scrum down to Wales, 5 meters out from their own try line. It is Owen Watkin down at the moment for Wales. As, he's got a nasty cut on his eye at the moment, which need to be attended to. Right, so Barry asked what was the score with the Stormers. So the Stormers in the end losing by 19 points to 17, Barry. So unable to just get over that last hurdle against Connacht. But yeah, well done to the Sharks then to win their game. Very unfortunate for the Stormers as they were looking like the better team throughout that game as well. Sakabula says, come on, Wales. So we have to wait and see how this one pans out. But at the moment, it looks like England in full control of this one. 6 points to 0 to England. 2 Marcus Smith penalties. He's also missed one, which could have put England into a 9-0 lead after about 20 minutes of play. So Owen Watkin now leaving the field and being replaced there by Jonathan Davis, who's now onto the field for Wales. Barry says, I wish Stormers could have had it. Yeah, no, it was their game to win, and unfortunately, Connacht scored with about 8 minutes to go, and from there the Stormers just weren't able to get back into the lead. Right, 6 points to 0, England leading at the moment after 20 minutes. It looks like they are going to go upstairs to have a look whether a try has been scored or not, but I doubt that a try has been scored anyway. Francois Smith asked, have the Wales always had that ugly green socks? I feel like I would have noticed them, so I'm not quite sure. In fact, Francois, I know that there always have been a little bit of a green into that previously. Let's have a look whether a try has been scored. Oh, they're actually looking for a hand in there from Liam Williams. So doesn't look like he had any involvement into that, but there might have been a hand from him. Or what are they looking for? Maybe a punch from England down the line? No, it's a yellow card to Liam Williams as England gets the penalty 5 meters out from the try line. And let's see what they're going to decide to do with this one. They are going to have a scrum down here, just under the post, well, just a little bit to the left of the post. So a great attacking opportunity here for England as they'll be looking to get a try early on in this game. We've had about 20 minutes already, but a great opportunity for them to get over the try line and maybe just try and settle this game earlier on than we expected so far. We'll see how this one pans out, but at the moment it is still 6-0 to England, with a great opportunity to come now to attack here 5 meters out from the try line. Will Wales be able to stop them again? Right, so Leon Brown is on for one of the Wales players as well, the prop forward, having to go off for a head assessment test there. And it looks like it is, in fact, just have a look here, Wyn Jones, who's leaving the field to get the head assessment test. Well, actually not Wyn Jones. It is, in fact, Thomas Francis, who have to leave the field to go for that head assessment test. But here comes England now. Harry Randall to feed this ball into the scrum for England. 5 meters from the try line. We are going to have a reset scrum, though. That one going down almost immediately. England well and truly on the attack here and looking to dominate this game throughout. Francois Smith says, was that yellow card for acting? Yeah, no, he tried to go for a little, well, looked like he hurt his face there for a second, Francois, but yeah, he did have some involvement at that ruck, preventing England from getting the ball back. Sharky says, Guru, jy is die beste, thanks baie vir jou en jou kompentasie. No problem, Sharky. Really enjoying doing it as well. Right, so we're going to have another reset scrum here, and the referee will really need to get this thing sorted out. Otherwise, we're going to have restarts throughout the game. There's already just 7.5 minutes left on the yellow card because of the scrum. So the referee now moving the scrum closer to the middle of the field, and this will definitely benefit England because they can now go either left or right with the scrum now. 6 points to 0 it is to England with this vital scrum coming up now for them. 22.5 minutes gone in this one, and it looks like England are going to steamroll over Wales today. Another scrum goes down, and this time it's a penalty to Wales as the baby Rhino gets penalised there, Ellis Genge. Well, in fact, it was Carl Sinclair who got penalised. Sorry, the tighthead prop there, losing his bind and, well, not losing his bind, but driving inwards, and the referee just had enough of that. So gives the penalty to Wales, and they live to survive another day here. Is this Wales side at the moment? They do find touch about 5 meters outside of their own 22 at the moment. Will we see some magic from Wales down the line in this game, or will England take full control over this game? Right, throwing coming now from Wales, and it is going to be Ryan Elias to throw this one in. Goes to the front to Adam Beard now. The maul has been formed by Wales on the 22-meter line inside their own half here, about 5 meters from the right-hand touch line, as Thomas Williams is waiting for this ball to come out for them. Goes to the box kick over the top and taken by Freddie Stewart now. Out it goes to the left winger there, who makes a bit of ground. Jack Noel all the way up to the halfway line in the middle of the field now. Still coming now. Marcus Smith gets the pass out to Alex Dombrand. Cuts back inside up over the 10-meter line, but the ball's been ripped by Dane Basham for Wales up over the halfway line now. Is there hope left for him? Thomas Williams now to Adam Beard again. Now Thomas Williams back. It comes to Dan Biggar. Out wide they go. Still on halfway in the middle of the field now. Thomas Williams. Oh, Cuthbert has locked that ball on now. Maro Itoje gets the pass out to Harry Randall on his 10-meter line. Tried to get the pass out to Dombrand, but it has been knocked on by him. So we're going to come back for the first knock on from Wales. And it does look like there might be an injury to one of the England players at the moment as well. Right, so let's just see. There's Luke Cowan-Dickie who has stayed down after that tackle. And this is the last thing that England would want. They do have a very formidable replacement in Jamie George, but Luke Cowan-Dickie just brings that little bit of fire to this side as well. So Dane Basham managing to steal that ball, rip that ball in the tackle, and made a good couple of meters up to halfway for them. Just that little knock on from Luke Cowan-Dickie. Great tackle from Ross Moriarty. And Luke Cowan-Dickie is still down. Might have to be replaced here. So we will come back for a scrum down to England right on halfway now. Possession for this first half, 70% to England, 30% to Wales at the moment. So the people complaining about the bubble gum in Carl Sinclair's mouth. Right, let's see how the rest of this last 15 minutes of the first half is going to pan out. It does look like England is in control of this game at the moment. Right, still that injury break to Luke Cowan-Dickie, and they're taking way too long with this. Either he's going to stay on the field or he must leave it and be replaced. Right, anyway, it is what it is. We are waiting for this game to resume and still receiving attention on that leg of his. Decision needs to be taken whether he's going to continue or not. Right, so Luke Cowan-Dickie is now back onto his feet, and it does look like he will be continuing this game after all. So we will be setting up for a line-out coming up now for England after that knock-on from Wales. Right, so 25 minutes gone in this first half, and still waiting for this game to resume. Goodness gracious, these guys can take their time with this sort of stuff. Right, so still waiting. 6 points to 0, England leading Wales here, and it's a scrum down to England on the halfway line. Right, so it looks like Owen Watkin is also back on the field here in the place of Jonathan Davis. He's all patched up and ready to go. And now Jamie George are finally coming onto the field. Looks like Luke Cowan-Dickie will have no further part in this game. Should have been done a long time ago. About 5 minutes ago, they should have just made the replacement. Right, after all of that, we can now continue this game. It's 6 points to 0. Scrum down to England. Right on halfway, Harry Randall to feed this in for England. Right, here we go. Finally. Right, Harry Randall. Let's see what England's going to do with this one. Marcus Smith and the rest of the backline lining up to the right of the field. Now fed in by Harry Randall. It is Alex Dombrunt at the back now. Pick up and go from him. Gets it out to Harry Randall. Now Marcus Smith. Marcus Smith is going to go on a run here. Gets it out to Max Mullins. Max Mullins cuts back inside between the 10 and the 22-meter line here. Harry Randall just waiting for this one to come out. Now finally gets Moro Doge, Marcus Smith out wide. They go now. It is Freddie Stewart with a kick downfield, and that's going to find touch 5 meters inside the 22 of Wales. So a little bit more pressure. In fact, it's Elliot Daly who took that kick, who is in the place of Manu Tuolangi today, who also injured him just before the game. Oh, that lineup was taken quickly by Wales and stolen by England, but the referee's going to call him back for this lineout again. Still 14 minutes left of this first half, and Wales to throw this one into the lineout. They're just surviving by the skin of their teeth at the moment. This is Wales side. As Elias throws it in, finds Ross Moriarty. Now the driving ball from Wales here inside their own 22. Thomas Williams waiting for it to come out at the back now. And still going forward as well. So now Thomas Williams takes it out, goes to the kick over the top. Not going to find touch. Jack Noel in possession for England now. Oh, this is a great counter-attack from Jack Noel as he makes his way up to the 10-meter line. Now Harry Randall gets it out to the inside now. Oh, it's been stolen by Wales. A little knock-on from England. And here they come now, Wales on a counter-attack. It's Cuthbert. Cuthbert up to the 10-meter line, straightening the line still beautifully. Now gets the ball out to Ross Moriarty up to the 10-meter line. And still going is Ross Moriarty now between the 10 and the 22. But the ball stolen by England again. And now England's got possession. But the referee's going to call them back for the initial knock-on from Ross Moriarty between the 10 and the 22-meter line of England. Roundabout in the middle of the field. So great work on a counter-attack there from Cuthbert, who is in the place here today of Manu Tuolang. Well, not Cuthbert, but he's in the place of Lewis Rees-Zammit, who was dropped for this game. Right, so on the bench here for them, it looks like... Elliot Daly has moved into the outside centre berth, so I'm still not quite sure. It is Henry Slade who's in the 12th jersey today for England. So still 6-0 here. We are about 12 minutes away from half time, and Wales for a minute looked really good there, but it is going to be a Wales put into the scrum between the 10 and the 22 inside England's half. Can they get some go forward ball as Thomas Williams feeds this ball in for Wales? Gets it now, gets it out to Dan Biggar. Going with a little cross kick here, and Max Mullins has done beautifully as Josh Adams couldn't control that ball, but it is going to be a line up to Wales, 5 meters from the 22 now, as Wales will have one more opportunity here. Just slowly making their way to the 22 of England, but it looks like, in fact, it's going to be an England line-out, surely, as Josh Adams was the last one to touch that ball. So Leon Brown goes off as Thomas Francis returned for his head injury assessment. So all good to go again. Still a minute. Well, it is going to be Wales put in. So a minute and a half left on that yellow card of Wales as well. Liam Williams in the bin at the moment. Now Ross Moriarty couldn't control that ball, stolen by England between the 10 and the 22. Now Harry Randall gets it out to Ellis Jenge, who just takes it up for England between the 10 and the 22-meter line inside England's half. Harry Randall looks like he's going to go with the box kick over the top here. No, he's not. He's going to pass it out to Marcus Smith. There's a bit of space here for England as it's Henry Slate who takes the little cap there. Now Harry Randall again waiting for it. Not making any ground at the moment, though, is England. And Charlie Ewells takes it up for them. Still between the 10 and the 22 inside their own half. Harry Randall deciding to go with the box kick over the top. This time Jack Nowell chasing after it. It is taken by Cuthbert now for Wales. Runabout on the 10-meter line inside Wales territory. Here comes Stain Basham, driven back in a tackle by Courtney Lawes and Tom Curry. And a penalty to England for diving off their feet against Wales. So another chance now for Marcus Smith to extend this lead for England to 9 points again. It's just ill discipline there from Wales on that occasion, but a great tackle from Courtney Lawes and Tom Curry as they sealed that ball off was the lock forward of Wales, Will Rowlands. So Marcus Smith now on the 10-meter line inside Wales half is going to try and attempt another penalty here with about 9 minutes to go in this first half. Can he get this one? He's missed one, the previous one before, and also England being prevented from scoring a try 5 meters out from the try line. So a kickable penalty not taken by England. It could have gone to around about 15-0 now if they took all their chances at goal. This time Marcus Smith makes no mistake of it. And England now into a 9-point lead here with 9 minutes to play in this first half as Liam Williams also returns from the bin. So only 3 points then from that 10 minutes in the bin. And I think he'll be feeling pretty chuffed about that one. As Dan Biggar restarts this one for Wales now. And it is going to be secured by Jack Nowell for England just outside the 22 at the moment. Harry Randall waiting for it, gets it out to Charlie Ewells again. Just up over the 22 now for England at the moment. Harry Randall waiting for that ball to come out. Looks like he is going to go with another box kick over the top. Chase coming from Jack Nowell and Freddie Stewart, but taken beautifully by Liam Williams. Driven back in a tackle by Alex Drombrandt. And now Thomas Williams, Dan Biggar. Out it goes to Adam Peart, who gets the pass away, but Wales not gaining any ground with this. Dan Biggar again. Now out it goes to Owen Watkin. Stopped beautifully by Charlie Ewells. Now it's Dan Biggar again. Cut out pass into no man's land, but Cuthbert do get it eventually. Tries to fend off Noel, but tackle gets the offload to Liam Williams. Just up over halfway now is Wales at the moment. Now they get it back. Here's another chance now. Dan Bigger gets it out to Ross Moriarty on the halfway line. Back again to Dan Bigger, out to Dane Basham. He bashes his way up to the 10-meter line. Now it's Ken Owens. Not Ken Owens, Wyn Jones, sorry. Back to Will Rowlands. Quickly over that ball was Courtney Laws. Did he get that ball? No, he didn't. Now Thomas Williams again. Here they come again. Owen Watkin throws a little dummy. Should have let that ball go. Out to Josh Adams now. Back it comes now. To the inside they go, and it's just very sloppy as that ball goes into touch, and it will look like it's going to be an England put into this line-out. Just Wales not getting over the advantage line. Some big tackles from Courtney Laws, and just disrupting everything on the path at the moment. So 7 minutes to play in this first half. It is 9-0. England leading at the moment. Well, in fact, we are going to have a scrum down here to Wales between the 10 and the halfway line inside England's half. So there might have been just a slight little knock on from England. Thomas Williams to feed this ball in for Wales. Though the score is only 9-0, it is England in clear dominance of this game at the moment. Williams now feed the ball into the scrum. Taking their time with it, does get it in now. Thomas Williams off the back. Dan Bigger cuts back inside Tompkins. Now they loop around. Liam Williams, out it goes to Cuthbert, who's going to straighten the line. Just short of the 22 now, Thomas Williams. Thomas Williams, Dan Bigger, out to Will Rowlands. 5 meters out from the 22. Now again, Thomas Williams, Cuthbert. Still short of the 22, though, is Wales. Thomas Williams gets it out to Will Rowlands again. Still 5 meters outside of the 22. Defense of England holding strongly. Now Watkin out the back to Nick Tompkins. He's straightening the line just up over the 22-meter line now for them. Thomas Williams again. Now Owen Watkin again. Dan Bigger out to Josh Adams. Long cut out pass to Dane Basham, but he got bashed in the middle by Elliot Daly between the 10 and the 22-meter line. Great defense from England. Still trying to work their way up as Wales at the moment. Elias out, Dan Bigger out to Tompkins. Tompkins puts it on the boot, but Freddie Stewart back for that one, 5 meters from his own try line, puts it on the boot. And that is a brilliant kick downfield. Not going to find touch, but rolls all the way to the 22-meter line of Wales. And Dan Bigger will have to put this into touch and finds touch between the 10 and the 22. Quick throw in from Marcus Smith out to Jack Noel. Noel runs it up to the 10-meter line, cuts past prop forward up to the halfway line, now brought down. Now Harry Randall, back to Marcus Smith. Out it goes to Henry Slater, puts it on the boot now, and that one is going to roll out all the way 5 meters out from the try line, and I think this might be a 50-22 kick as well from him. Did it work out for England here, as that is a brilliant kick from him. Yep, a 50-22, 5 meters out from the try line. It is going to be an England throw-in. Right, so a great opportunity now for England. Can they get some more points on the board, as we're going to have another injury break first before we're going to have this line up? Is it a slow down strategy from Wales just to get a breather? But we'll see now. Jamie George will throw this one in for England, 5 meters out from the try line with 4.5 minutes to go in this first half. If England can score here now, I think this game is settled. You can't have big scores in the Six Nations this year. Otherwise, there's just no way back into this. 9-0 is still maybe possible to get back into this game. But if England score now and go into a 16 or 14-0 lead at halftime, then I'm afraid it might be over for Wales. Francois says Wales seem to try and work it across the field and then kick it when it starts losing the field position, where England are kicking it back every time. Yeah, they're playing the situation, Francois. They're doing really well with it. Look at this last kick, just getting that 50-22, and now they're on the attack 5 meters out from the try line. Right, Jamie George now with the throw into this line out for England with 4.5 minutes to go. It is going to go to the front to Moro Doge, throws it back to Courtney Laws. That maul has been sacked, surely. And in fact, it's going to be a penalty to Wales. So Wales again just surviving that little battles at the moment, 5 meters out from their own try line. And well done on 2 occasions already, preventing the try. And this will definitely frustrate England. And the question marks will come whether their discipline will hold on in situations like this at the moment. Great work from Wyn Jones, realizing that he can collapse that maul almost immediately. And in England pin for falling off their feet. And you can see what it means to Wyn Jones. The kick from Dan Biggar only finding touch on the 22-meter line here. So not the greatest of relief for Wales, as Ryan Elias now will throw it on the 22-meter line. 3.5 minutes to go in this first half. Can they make this work for them and clear this down further field or further downfield and prevent England from getting any more points before half-time? Will Rowlands takes it in. The driving ball set up here by Wales. Will they try and milk another penalty from this maybe? And great breakout there from Elias, making it about 5 meters outside of the 22. Now Thomas Williams waiting for this ball. Maybe we'll have to go with a box kick. And he will do exactly just that. And here comes the chase now from Cuthbert, putting the pressure on Jack Nowell, but he takes it beautifully on the halfway line. England has secured this ball just inside their own half. Now Carl Sinclair puts his head down. Great tackle from Ryan Elias on him. Slowing the ball down was Will Rowlands, but the referee says play on now. Marcus Smith goes high up into the air, and here comes the chase from England. But Liam Williams have secured that ball beautifully out to Josh Adams now. Still between the 22 and the 10-meter line now is Wales. Driven back in a tackle by Ellis Jens was Ryan Elias. Now Thomas Williams, Adam Beard throws a little dummy, goes himself. Bit isolated there, but they have secured the ball now. Thomas Williams will go with another box kick over the top here. Chase coming from Josh Adams. Josh Adams and Freddie Stewart in the air, but beautifully taken by Freddie Stewart on halfway. And Harry Randall now gets it out to Carl Sinclair, who do the little pop pass to Courtney Laws, making their way between the 10 and the halfway line. Inside the Wales territory now, Marcus Smith out to Dombrandt. Harry Randall again now quickly. Marcus Smith attacking the line up to the 10-meter line. He goes, but Ryan Elias nearly stealing that ball for them. Now Jamie George gets it up to Charlie Ewells. Between the 10 and the halfway line now, Jack Nowell, Henry Slade up to Alex Dombrandt. Still just between the 10 and the 22. Penalty advantage as Wales not rolling away with about a minute to go in this first half. Harry Randall now gets it out. Henry Slade again on the loop around Marcus Smith. Marcus Smith with a beautiful offload to Max Mullins. Just 5 meters out from the 22 now. Here they come again. Who's going to get this ball now? It's Freddie Stewart is going to straighten the line. And still just short of the 22 now. Alex Dombrandt taking it up for them. Now Tom Curry out to Maro Itoje. Marcus Smith out to Courtney Laws. Up to the 22-meter line they go in the middle of the field. Randall again, Marcus Smith. Marcus Smith trying to make a couple of meters there for England. Driven back in a tackle. Now Harry Randall. And there goes the screen. It's frozen. But it's back now. Harry Randall now with a little dart himself. This is about 10 meters out now from the try line. Max Mullins out to Alice Jenge. 10 meters out from the try line. About 10 meters from the right-hand touch line. Now Courtney Laws, Maro Doge. 5 meters out is England now in the middle of the field here. Harry Randall gets it out to Marcus Smith. Throws or just delays the pass to Alex Dombrandt. Now 3 meters out from the try line is England now. And here comes another penalty to England now. Not rolling away is the call against Ross Moriarty. And with time up on the clock here for the first half, it does seem like England might take the 3 points here, which they will do. So Marcus Smith will line this up and take England into a 12-point lead at halftime, which probably could be sealing off this game unless Wales can score very early on in that second half. But it just never looked like Wales going to get over the advantage line and score a try today. They've just not been able to do anything. There was moments of brilliance from them, but nothing that threatened this England side at any day on the defence. So Marcus Smith now lining this one up for them. And yeah, it is what it is at the moment. England well and truly in the driving seat at the moment. Just needing to get this to make it to double figures now for England. It's not even a difficult one. He should just line it up and kick it over. And he does so with ease. So 12 points to 0. It is going to be at half time. And England looking well and truly on their way to a victory here today. 12 points to 0 at half time. England in total control of this game. Wales will have to find a miracle to get back into this one and win it. But if they can score the first try at the second half, then there is still hope for them going into this second half. But they really need to spark quickly. I'm going to take a quick break, but when you do come back, we will be doing the second half of this game. So don't go anywhere, guys. Right, guys, we are back here for the second half, and it's taken like forever to get the players back onto the field. So, England leading at halftime by 12 points to nil. 4 penalties from Marcus Smith has put England in a really good position to win this game. So, as far as the Six Nations are concerned, this is quite a big one for England if they want any chance of still being able to win the Six Nations. I mean, realistically, it is still England that can beat France, as well as the Wales side can do it as well against. Well, no, I'm lying. So yeah, Wales and England still the only two teams that can beat France in this competition. But a very important one here for England if they want any chance of beating them whatsoever. Right, so a good chance here for England to get going and leave it up to that last game against them. So it will be very interesting to see next time in round 4 how things go. Achilles says, congratulations on Sharks victory, Guru. Well deserved. Thanks, Achilles, for that one. So we are going to start this second half here, and it's going to be Wales to get us back underway as Dan Biggar will kick this game off. Currently, Wales are surviving. They haven't been able to concede a try, so they need to score very early on in the second half as Jack Nowell takes it in from the kickoff. And he gets enough time to kick this downfield, but into the hands of Liam Williams now. He's going to go high up into the air. Faletau chasing after this one. Collision in the air but beautifully picked by Freddie Stewart up over the 10-meter line of England now. And Carl Sinclair now just setting it up on the 10-meter line here for England. Sam Simmons on the field as well for England. Here's another chance now, Max Mullins. Max Mullins is going to straighten the line up over the halfway line now. Here comes Elliot Daly. Elliot Daly looking for support now. Harry Randall gets the pass out to Alice Ginge. Takes it up to between the 10 and the 22 of Wales. And they need to release him now. Harry Randall gets it back to Marcus Smith. Marcus Smith out to Courtney Laws. Still between the 10 and the 22 line now. Marcus Smith up to Jamie George. Jamie George sets it up 5 meters out from the 22 now. Maro Toje with the drive forward. Now Harry Randall, Marcus Smith again. Gets the pass out to Alice Ginge. Loose pass picked up by Charlie Ewells. Run about on the 10-meter line inside the Wales half, but a good counter ruck from Wales. Nearly getting that ball, but Alice Jones has done well to recover that ball. Will Rowland still trying to steal that ball on the ground. Now needs to release. Sam Simmons up over the 10-meter line. Harry Randall out to Marcus Smith. Now Jack Nowell. A little dart there from Freddie Stewart again between the 10 and the 22. Now Harry Randall. Back it comes to Charlie Ewells. Takes 2 defenders to bring him down. Pick up and go from Carl Sinclair. England looking to seal this game off early on in the second half. Marcus Smith. Out it goes to Elliot Daly again, straightening the line. Still about 5 meters out from the 22 is England at the moment. Waiting for this ball is Harry Randall. Out back to Alice Ginge again. Just outside the 22 of Wales. Now Marcus Smith with a little grubber kick through. And it's going to go into touch around about 10 meters out from the Wales try line. And it will be a throw into Wales. So they survived another English onslaught here as Wales just surviving at the moment. They are currently finding it really difficult to keep this England side intact, but they are doing it so far. Right, Elias with a throw in over the top, gives Alex Dombrand the easiest of tries as the ball got overthrown, picked up by Alex Dombrand as he goes over in the corner for what should be the nail in the coffin to Wales today. First try of the game, and it comes through Alex Dombrand in the 43rd minute of this game. Really poor from Wales there, and that will definitely almost wrap it up as Dombrand gets the first try of this game. And he gets it in the 43rd minute of this game. Really stupendous from Wales there to just overthrow that ball. And that will definitely almost seal this for England. So Dombrand with the first try of this game. England try scorer in the 43rd minute of this game. 17 points to 0 it is at the moment. Really poor from them on that occasion. Achilles says England turned it into a very good side suddenly. I'm not saying that they were bad, but they are better now than before 2019 or since 2019. England have been doing really well. Can remember before 2019, every time we played England, we beat them. Now they are not so easy to beat anymore, which is true. They definitely come from strides in. So Alex Dombrand with the first try of this game. Really silly line-out overthrown from Ryan Elias. And now Marcus Smith to try and convert this try for England. 4 minutes into the second half. And a conversion going to the right of the post. So it stays 17 points to 0 after 4 minutes in the second half. Silly stuff from Wales, leading to that try for Alex Dombrand. Cuthbert tried valiantly to stop that, but too much power from the number 8 as he gets over for the try. Silly stuff from Wales. 17 points to 0, and we've had 5 minutes in the second half, and one could almost certainly say now that England will win this game unless Wales can come back now. Here comes Thomas Williams into a gap from that kickoff. They've managed to get the ball now just inside the 22. Now Faletau gets it out to a bigger now Watkin, out to Ross Moriarty. Ross Moriarty with a long pass out to Liam Williams, but Wales have lost possession again. Unnecessary pass there from Ross Moriarty out to Liam Williams. Have secured ball now for England again. And Harry Randall now will go with the box kick over the top and send us into touch roundabout and halfway. So great defensive kick from Harry Randall, finding touch between the 10 and the halfway line inside England's half. Right, so Ryan Elias now, the hooker, to throw this ball in for him. And a replacement on the field as well now for Wales as Wyn Jones gets replaced by Gareth Thomas. Line out a bit scrappy from Wales, but they do secure it. And Ryan Elias now on the back foot here, controlling that ball for Wales. Thomas Williams just inside his own half, gets it out to Faletau. Ruck has been formed now. Thomas Williams back to Nick Tompkins, gets the pass out to Gareth Thomas now. And Thomas Williams back inside from Dan Biggar. Nobody wanted that ball, but play on, says the referee. Will Rowland somehow secures it for Wales. Roundabout on Wales, 10-meter line in the middle of the field. And the referee will call him back because I do believe that the referee was in the way of that earlier pass. Oh, Achilles asking, who is your top 4 teams for the 2023 semi-finals? And who's your top 8 for the quarters? So, considering everything, Achilles, I would probably say South Africa, England, New Zealand, and France as my quarterfinalists. But I know that will probably not be possible because we're either going to play one of those teams in the quarterfinals. So that's my top 4 teams. But if I have to look at quarterfinalists, definitely they mentioned 4 teams, and then Australia, Ireland, and possibly Wales, and then maybe a dark horse in either Tonga or Samoa or Fiji. Who knows? They might just end up getting there along the road. But as far as Argentina goes, I don't think they're going to be able to sort out everything before then. So while I was talking about this, there's a penalty to Wales. So they've managed to kick that ball out about 5 meters inside the 22. And there will now be a chance here for Ryan Elias to throw this ball in and make up for that silly mistake earlier. Right, Ryan Elias with the throw into this line out. He is going to overthrow it again, but this time into the hands of Thomas Francis. And now Faletau has picked it up off the back. Here comes Wales now, still about 10 meters out in the middle of the field. Thomas Williams now out, Dan Bigger out to Nick Tompkins. Still 10 meters out as Wales now. They need to score next. Stain Basham. Now out it goes Ryan Elias. Dan Bigger straightening the line is Gareth Thomas now. Still 10 meters out. Dan Bigger. Oh, nice little pop pass to Josh Adams. Josh Adams now just 5 meters out. Thomas Williams out to Ryan Elias. Now Dan Bigger. Out it goes to Gareth Thomas, who's brought a bit of life into this Welsh side. But it's going to come back very slowly for Wales now, and they might even have lost this one as they're 5 meters out. Yes, they are going to lose it, and it's going to be no, still play on. No, looks like England has stolen that ball on the ground, which is compliments to Moro Toje for doing that. It is going to go now. It is Harry Randall to go with the box kick over the top, and it's going to find touch round about between the 10 and the 22 meter line. So yeah, as much as I agree with you, Achilles, on might add Scotland, but I mean, we're falling in the same group as Ireland and Scotland. So if I have to pick a team to maybe miss out, I'm going to have to say Scotland, but there's even a chance of us not making it past the group phase. But here they come again now. So Wales on the attack now, just between the 22 and the 10. Will Rowland's taking it up for them. Now Thomas Williams. Thomas Williams, Dan Bigger on the inside to Liam Williams. Defense great from England at the moment. Now it comes back to Adam Beard. Caught in the middle of the field between the 10 and the 22. And England wins the penalty. Holding on the ground there. And it looks like it is Alex Dombrand who wins that penalty on the ground. He's having a fantastic game. Kevin Thomas has summed it up. I'm not going to put it up on the screen, but I know everybody can see it, but you've summed it up pretty decently. And then Achilles says, fair point, Guru. So, yeah, that's going to be a really tough one with Ireland and Scotland in our group. And then, obviously, I think we're going to meet either the French or the All Blacks in the quarterfinals. So, as much as I would love to see my 4 top teams in the semi-final, it's not going to play out that way. Right, so England now with the kick downfield, and they have found touch round about between the 10 and the 22 of Wales, but Wales steals the line out, and now Tain Basham is going to try and bash his way up, and a penalty goes against Ellis Jench for a high tackle on Tain Basham. So Wales can now kick this downfield and into touch. Just look at little strides forward from Wales now. A little bit more aggressive on the attack, but England defense absolutely phenomenal at the moment. Kick goes out on a 10-meter line inside England's half. And one just feels that Wales need to score within the next 9 minutes to have any chance of getting back in this one. Ryan Elias finds Ross Moriarty. Now off the back it comes Dan Bigger, straightening the line is Nick Tompkins. Up over the 10-meter line he goes. Thomas Williams, Dan Bigger, out to Josh Adams, out wide. Liam Williams with a little grubber kick ahead. And here comes Cuthbert on a chase. Oh, there's a mess up here from Max Mullins. Have to run that into touch, and it's going to be a 5-meter line out to the Welsh. And another great chance to maybe get some points on the board. Much better from Wales. Really putting the pressure on him. And if it's going to continue like this, then I'm guessing that Wales might get back into this game. Achilles says, true, Guru, what do you feel in your heart will be the top teams for the final? For me, it might end up France versus New Zealand in the finals, or Springbok versus All Blacks of France. I've got that same idea, Achilles, as much as I want the Boks to be there. So I'm hoping that they will be, but it could easily be an All Blacks France final as well. But you just never know. Maybe Ireland will come to their true colours for the first time in a World Cup. Right, here comes Wales now about 10 metres out from the try line. Can they get a try in this game? Still 10 metres out. Thomas Williams out to Owen Watkin now. Watkin couldn't get over the advantage line. Now Thomas Williams with a beautiful cut-out pass into the hands of Josh Adams. And here comes the first try for Wales. Is there still life in this game? I thought for all money it was going to be over, but it does look like Wales are not done yet, as Wales get their first try through Josh Adams in the 53rd minute of the game. Great work there from Adams, and England guilty of maybe going for the intercept there on that pass, but well done to Josh Adams to secure that ball and get the first try for Wales as well. So 10 minutes later, it is Wales on the scoreboard through Josh Adams. So the first try by Alex Dombrand, and now the first try by Wales. 17 points to 5 it is. Barry says semi-final Australia versus France, and then Achilles says one of the teams I feel will knock out England in the semi-finals. And then yeah, never write off England as well. They could easily get there to the final again. And another miss from Wales this time. Dan Biggar missing out on that one. So it stays a 12-point game. How important will this miss kicks be from both sides at the moment? Kevin Thomas says, what's your thoughts on Italy versus Ireland? So I am expecting Ireland to really run rampant against Italy and win by at least 30 points tomorrow. Right, here's the restart now from England, deep inside the 22 of Wales. Thomas Williams now waiting for this ball to come out from this ruck. And looks like he is going to go with the box kick over the top, as Leon Brown has replaced them as well. And Jack Morgan is on for Tane Basham as well. Here comes England through Alex Dombrand again up to the 10-meter line inside the Wales territory now. Marcus Smith throws a little dummy, gets it out to Alice Ginge. Makes his way up to the 10-meter line inside the Wales territory now. Oh, great pressure there on Harry Randall from Nick Tompkins, but they still secure the ball as England. Now driven back in a tackle by Ryan Elias is Carl Sinclair. They lost a bit of ground, but Mauro Itoje makes back the ground up to the 10-meter line. Now Marcus Smith gets it out to Elliot Daly. Now Henry Slate is going to straighten the line here for them. Still setting it up nicely as England at the moment. Now it's Ellis James making his way up to the 22-meter line. A great dart there from him. Now Harry Randall again. Marcus Smith gets it out to Courtney Laws. Just 5 meters out from the 22 at the moment. Marcus Smith back inside to Alex Dombrand. Right in the middle of the field now, Mauro Itoje. Marcus Smith again out to Sam Simmons. Manhandled in a tackle by Wales now, and it looks like they've turned us over as Wales now. Will they get this ball? Yes, they will. So after 10 phases, it's Wales who turn us over, and a counter-attack opportunity now. Liam Williams up over the 10-meter line, gets the pass out to Josh Adams. Josh Adams with a little grubber kick ahead, and it is going to come back for Wales now, right on the 22-meter line. Thomas Williams with the pass out to Dan Biggar, and unfortunately for Dan Biggar, has knocked that ball on right on the 22-meter line of England. Goodness gracious. Achilles says, well, we learned from 2019 that we can never underestimate anyone. I feel 2023 is going to be a surprise for everyone. It's going to be tough and bloody. Underdogs going to knock out some of the bigger dogs. And you also need to remember this, Achilles, that Tonga is getting a lot of reinforcements now with the rule change where they can change alliances. So, like I said, I spoke to a guy from Tonga, and he's very confident that Tonga can reach the quarterfinals of this World Cup next year. So watch out for Tonga and Samoa. There was a penalty given to Wales now on the 22, so they decided to kick this into touch 5 meters out from the try line. And we'll see now. Kevin says France has become a very dangerous competitor, beating Scotland at home. Absolutely. Right, here comes Wales now. Penalty advantage again. Sacking that maul was England. Thomas Williams now waiting for it. Gets it out to Nick Tompkins. Dan Bigger on a loop around, but he gets caught well and truly there by the England defence. So we're coming back for another penalty now. 5 meters out from the try line. What will they decide to do? They will go for touch again, it seems. And Achilles also say, like maybe Fiji knock out Australia or Ireland. I don't know. My gut feeling tells me 2023 is going to be different. Absolutely. And if Tonga and Samoa can compete like that, it is going to be epic. Absolutely. Remember, guys like Vicky Toa and a couple of other players will be able to qualify now for Tonga, which is going to make it a very interesting World Cup. Right, they go for the corner again is Wales, and they set up a line out 5 meters out from the try line. 17 points to 5 it is, and we've still got about 20 minutes to go. If England can score now, this could be trouble. Right, here comes the driving maul from Wales. It's been sacked again by England, but the referee says this time it was legally done, and it's going to be, now it comes back for Wales. So Thomas Williams now waiting for it. Gets it out to Faletau, who gets driven back. Now Nick Tompkins with a little dart here. Still 5 meters out, close to the middle of the field. Now Thomas Williams out to Faletau again. Faletau gets support from Leon Brown now. Still 5 meters out. They get it out to Ross Moriarty. Right in the middle of the field, 5 meters out. Thomas Williams tries to go on his own. Nearly got through there. 4 meters out now. Patience required from Wales here as Faletau picks it up but gets driven back in a tackle. Need to be very patient now. Leon Brown, pick up and go from him. Oh, Wales are just 2 meters out from the try line now as Thomas Williams waiting for it. Tells his forwards to go and pick up and drive again. Ryan Elias now with his hands on the ball. Can he get this going for them? Still defense holding on for England, just a meter out from the try line. Thomas Williams now gets it out to Nick Tompkins. Strike timing, Wales, as Tompkins gets over for the try in the 60th minute for Wales. Suddenly it's game on here. And I might have been one of the guys that wrote off Wales after England scored, but they're definitely back in this as Tompkins gets the try for them, the second try for Wales in the 60th minute of this game. And suddenly we've got a massive game on our hands. So 2 quick tries by Wales have put them right back into this game. England got 4 penalties in the first half and then opened up the second half with a 43rd minute try. And then Wales have hit back and that conversion goes over. So it is now 17 points to 12. 2 tries, one by Josh Adams down the 53rd minute. And then Tompkins with another try in the 60th minute has put Wales right back into this game with 20 minutes to go. Ben Young comes on for Harry Randall as well for England. So Eddie Jones now bringing on the reinforcements here for them. Kevin Thomas says Wales have finally woken up. Achilles says that USA might rise one day, throwing some real money into rugby now, and there's a lot of talk. Only if they're going to get the World Cup in 2031. The restart by England has been taken by Faletau right on the 22-meter line inside the Wales territory. Now Thomas Williams just securing this ball, and he's going to go with the box kick over the top here. Chase coming from Cuthbert now and taken beautifully by Freddie Stewart. Now here comes England. England trying to set it up nicely. Now Carl Sinclair puts his body on the line, driven back in a tackle by Adam Beard. Right back to halfway. England under pressure now as Marcus Smith goes high up into the air here. And oh dear, it's been knocked on by Wales. And now Alex Dombran up over the 10-meter line. They do get it back now. Ben Young's back to Marcus Smith now. Marcus Smith a little bit isolated, not knowing what to do, puts a little grubber kick in, straight into the hands of Liam Williams, who puts it on a boot, straight down the middle of the field. England let it bounce. That's dangerous. They do collect it down. Freddie Stewart on the counter-attack. Great tackle from Leon Brown on him. Right between the 10 and the halfway line inside England's half. Ben Young's now waiting for it. Gets it out to Maro Doge. And he's held up in the tackle as well. Wells need to be careful not to be pinned for not rolling away here. But Ben Youngs have secured us now for him. England's going to look to go with the box kick over the top now. And here comes the chase from Max Mullins. It is taken by Max Mullins on the 10-meter line inside Wales territory now. As Ben Youngs gets it out to Ellis Jens, who's going to straighten the line for them. Now Ben Youngs waiting for it, gets it back now to Henry Slade, tackled by Ross Moriarty. Nobody at scrum off there for them. Ben Youngs gets it eventually out to Courtney Laws. Leon Brown makes another big tackle there. And will Wales win this penalty on the ground, on the 10-meter line? No. It is England still on the attack here. Ben Youngs out to Carl Sinclair. Carl Sinclair out to Ellis Jenge. Now Ben Youngs again, now back to Marcus Smith. Goes a little chip kick over the top. And the bounce of the ball not kind for Wales. But they have managed to secure it inside their own 22 now. And it is going to be taken up by the forwards now, about 15 meters out from their own try line. Thomas Williams now waiting for this one as he gets it out to Falatau again. About 10 meters out from their own try line here is Wales, and they desperately need to hang on and defend this one. As we've got about 15 minutes left, the box kick over the top now, secured by England, and it's Henry Slade out. It goes to Freddie Stewart between the 10 and the 22 of Wales now. Carl Sinclair out to Jamie George. Still coming is England, putting the pressure on Wales now. Marcus Smith back inside to Sam Simmons. Nowhere to go for him now. Ben Youngs back to Max Mullins. Oh, he's broken free, nearly into a half cap there. Just short of the 22 now. Sam Simmons again. He's tackled, and over that ball comes Falatau, but he needs to release it now. Ben Youngs. Back it comes to Dombrand. England players not, Wales players not rolling away. Now Ben Youngs gets it out to Sam Simmons again. Referee being very lenient towards Wales there for not rolling away. Now Marcus Smith out to Ellis Jenge again. Up to the 22-meter line they go. Wales need to roll away. Ben Youngs, Marcus Smith just delays the pass out to Henry Slade, just short of the 22 now. Here comes Maro Doge again. Right on the 22-meter line now. Ben Youngs goes with a little dummy over the 22. He goes now brought down. Sam Simmons at scrum off gets the pass out to Carl Sinclair, who knocks it on, and here comes the counter-attack from Wales. No, it's not going to work out for them as, Josh Adams into a little gap and gets it out to Thomas Williams now. Nobody really wants it now. Cuthbert with a bit of space on the outside. He cuts back inside up over the 10-meter line. Some good defense from Jack Noel, though, and he wins the penalty on the ground for England as well. Not releasing by Cuthbert, and that is a bad mistake from him. Kevin Thomas says, do you think Springboks can defend it? World Cup Guru? Absolutely they can. I mean, as long as Rasmus will be involved and working with the players along with Jacques Nienaber, I think South Africa have a very decent chance of defending it. And Achilles says Springboks definitely can. Right, so what will England do with this one? Surely they got to have a shot at goal to get back with an 8-point lead here. As Marcus Smith, not the greatest goal-kicking performance from him today, will line this one up right on the 10-meter line. 5 line breaks by Wales, only 2 by England in this game. And it's really come to life here in the second half. But with only 13 minutes to play, and if Marcus Smith gets this penalty, it might be left a little bit too late for them. We'll wait and see. 12 and a half minutes to go. Marcus Smith lining up this penalty to take England into an 8-point lead in this game. Barry asking, will Russ be back in time for that? Will his ban be over? Yes, it will be over by then, Barry. Right, Marcus Smith lining this one up and sweetly struck by him. Cool under pressure, gets the kick over, and it's 20 points to 12 now with 11 minutes to play. And Wales can easily come back. They did it in 10 minutes. So let's see if they can bounce back one more time. 20 points to 12. England lead at the moment with 12 minutes to go. As Will Stewart on the field, as well as Ezekwe on for England. The restart from Wales now. Who's going to get this? Wales have got possession here. Right on the 10-meter line inside England's half now. Here's an opportunity for them. Can they use it? As Kieran Hardy also on the field for Wales, but there's been a little knock on from Wales. And it will be a scrum down to England between the 22 and the 10-meter line. Right, Dewey Lake also on. Well, it's Dewey Lake on for Owen Watkin also off, and Jonathan Davis on the field. So Kieran Hardy with a great opportunity to make a name for himself here today. We've got 11 minutes to go, and it's an 8-point game here between England and Wales. 2 tries by Wales, only 1 by England, but the discipline has let Wales down today. Right, so the scrum feed now from Ben Youngs as England's got possession here between the 10 and the 22 inside their own half, about 20 meters from the right-hand touchline. Right, here comes a big scrum from England. Can they get a penalty from this one? No, they can't. Yes, they can. So penalty to England from that scrum. And now they can hit this downfield and set up an attacking lineup for them. Well, discipline just unfortunately not good enough from Wales at the moment. 3 scrum penalties for England and only 1 to Wales. And this is a little bit disappointing towards the end. A little bit of an anti-climax, one could say, as England now gets the ball out here on the 10-meter line inside Wales territory. Still an 8-point game at the moment. Which way is this game going to go? Jamie George now with the throw into this lineup for England. Right on the 10-meter line as Ross Moriarty leaves the field here, and it is going to be Seb Davis who comes onto the field for Wales. Right, 10 minutes to go in this crucial Six Nations clash, and it looks like England to secure the game here today. Ezekwe takes it in from the lineup, but it's been stolen by Wales on a breakdown, but it's been a penalty has been given to England, and that surely has got to wrap this up for England now. Playing the player in the air is the call from the referee. And yeah, it is Adam Beard who gets penalized for that as well. Just got a hand to Ezekwe, and England gets the penalty, which will probably seal off this game right here, right now. Kevin Thomas says, what through win between England and France? So England and France will play next week, I think it is, or is it the week after? We'll just make sure which way it's going to go. But it is going to come down to that game, one feels. Right, so Marcus Smith now lining this one up for them and trying to probably seal the victory as well with this penalty kick right here, right now. 8 minutes to go in this Six Nations clash. Marcus Smith lining it up for England. And about on the 10-meter line inside Wales territory, this one. And another beautiful strike as he gets it over. And 23 points to 12 it is now. And it's an 11-point game. So Wales will have to score just two tries and one conversion to win it, but they've got 8 minutes to do it. Joe Marler also on the field now for England. Wales did it in 10 minutes previously, scoring those two tries. So if they can get one now, it will make for a thrilling end to this game. Right, Dan Biggar to restart this one now for us as Wales trying to secure that ball. Freddie Stewart has secured that ball for England now on the ground. Now Ben Young's out to Marcus Smith, kicks it downfield into the hands of Dan Biggar now. Dan Biggar out to Anshcombe, who's also on the field, goes high up into the air. He is chasing after his own kick, but Freddie Stewart has done beautifully to control that ball between the 10 and the halfway line. Courtney Laws takes it up for England. And Ben Youngs now just gets it out to Marcus Smith, out to Sam Simmons. Run about on the 10-meter line inside England's half at the moment. About 10 meters from the left-hand touchline. Ben Youngs again now waiting for it. And it looks like he is going to go with a box kick over the top. Here comes the chase now from Jack Nowell. And it's beautifully taken by Cuthbert on the 10-meter line inside Wales half. Now Kieran Hardy tries to get this one out. Here comes Faletau again, driven back in the tackle. Now Kieran Hardy again, out Dan Biggar. Here comes a little breakout now from Wales as Josh Adams on the 10-meter line tries to avoid a couple of defenders and does so just up over the 10-meter line. Hardy again, now Dan Biggar. Out wide they go. Nick Tompkins now gets it out to Cuthbert again. Faletau looming on the outside, but he cuts back inside. Right on halfway now is Wales as Gareth Thomas makes a couple of meters. Now Kieran Hardy, Dan Biggar again out to Jonathan Davis. Jonathan Davis with long cut-up pass to Josh Adams. Just up over halfway, right on the left-hand touchline here. Kieran Hardy now. Back it comes to Leon Brown. Kieran Hardy waiting for this one with 6.5 minutes to go. Jonathan Davis out to Anshcombe. Between the 10 and the halfway line is Wales now. Rollins, Nick Tompkins. Out it goes to Thomas again now. Kieran Hardy waiting for it. Gets it out to Tompkins. Now it's a Dan Biggar. Long cut-out pass this time to Faletau. Faletau on the right-hand side of the field. Gets the pass back inside, but there's a little knock-on from Wales, and that should wrap it up for them as well. 23 points to 12 with 6 minutes to go in this game. It is going to be England, I think, is going to survive this game. Talupi Faletau, 10 carries, 39 meters made, and 17 tackles also made. A monster of a game from the veteran number 8 of Wales today. Kevin Thomas says, well done to the Sharks and Bulls. Sorry, tough luck to the Lions and Stormers as well in the URC. As we're having a break to one of the injured players from Wales and England at the moment. But it does look like England has done enough to secure the victory here today with just 6 minutes to go. Only one try coming from Alex Dombrand after a very poor line-out throw from Wales close to their own try line. And then Wales hit back with 2 tries. First from Josh Adams in the 53rd minute and then Nick Tompkins scoring in that 60th minute. And apart from that, it's been all penalties to England. Barry says Wales threw this game away. But that's the difference between two good teams, you know. It shows you that England can take the pressure and maybe show that Wales are a little bit far away from the side that they were in 2019 as well. Joe Marchant on the field as well now for England. And just looking to carry it through this last 6 minutes of this game. Ben Youngs now to feed this ball in for England between the 10 and the 22 inside England's half. Solid scrum from England. And that scrum now starting to wheel. Who's going to win the penalty? It is going to be England who gets the penalty from that scrum again. And the last 2 scrums turning out to be penalties to England at scrum time. So that is just how a champion side wraps up a game in a close, hard-fought encounter. They are just doing enough to win this game. Marcus Smith will kick this downfield, and with 5 minutes to go, England are quite on their way to another victory here today. Right, line out here between the halfway and the 10-meter line inside Wales territory. And England will just play the clock down now for sure. Right, here we go. Oh, the line out taken by England and a bit of sloppy off the back. But Jamie George has done well to secure it. Penalty to Wales on the halfway line though. 23 points to 12, 11-point difference. If Wales can go and score now, then we could be in for a thrilling 2 minutes after that. But first and foremost, they need to find touch as far as possible. But Dan Biggar clearly has got different ideas as he finds touch on the 22-meter line. So still plenty of work left to do here by Wales if they want any chance whatsoever. It is a lineup right on the 22-meter line. We've got 4 minutes to go in this game. It is the throw in now from Wales, and it is Dewey Lake who's going to throw this one in for them. Goes to the back to Faletau, but it's stolen by England, and that surely wraps it up now. Ben Youngs with the box kick over the top, chase coming from Sam Simmons. Taken by Cuthbert, beats Sam Simmons, but can't get past the rest of the defense now. Hardy out, Dan Biggar, Jonathan Davis gets the pass out to Nick Tompkins. Good defense from Max Mullins, catching Wales between the halfway and the 10-meter line inside Wales territory now. 3 minutes to go. Kieran Hardy, Dan Biggar out to Seth Davis now. Kieran Hardy again. Now back Dan Biggar, Alex Cuthbert now. And another chance now maybe for Anshcombe as he gets the offload out to Adam Beard right on halfway. Kieran Hardy again, Dan Biggar. Out it goes to Dewey Lake, but slow ball coming back now. A little cross kick from Dan Biggar into the hands of Josh Adams just up over halfway. Kieran Hardy looking to get this ball back for him now. Dan Biggar working it through the forwards at the moment. Kieran Hardy again, Jonathan Davis out to Anshcombe. Anshcombe making his way between the 10 and the 22-meter line now. Now it's taken up by Wales. Kieran Hardy again, Dan Biggar back inside to Tompkins. Tompkins to Dan Biggar. Now it's Anshcombe. There's an overlap here for Wales if they use it, but Cuthbert cuts back inside. Just short of the 22 now. Dan Biggar out to Seth Davis. Still between the 22 and the 10-meter line. Penalty to Wales, not rolling away is the call against England. But with 2 minutes to play, surely there's no way back from this for them. Barry says England won this game, finish and klar. Yeah, no, that is true. And another injury break to Alex Dombrand this time. But Wales will probably try and kick this out as far as possible. They could get it out to about 5 meters out from the try line, but then they need to score within a minute and get the conversion over. Well, they don't necessarily need the conversion on the first try attempt, baby. So what I would do if I were them, put that into touch 5 meters out, try and get the try within a minute of doing so. And then just do a drop kick from wherever it is and set it up for another go before time runs out. But that is wishful thinking. So Marcus Smith is the Six Nations player of the match again today. And yeah, this guy is just wrapping up the man of the match rewards every time he plays now these days is Marcus Smith. I thought Alex Dombrand had a really good game and deserved the man of the match reward. But either way, Marcus Smith gets it after having missed 2 penalties and a conversion. So it doesn't really make sense that much for me. Right, time is back on. There's about a minute and a half to go. They are 5 meters out from the try line as Wales. And it is going to be Dewey Lake to throw this one in. Here's the time back on the clock. Wales are wasting time here. What is the hold up now? Right, let's see the referee, whether he's going to put time back on. Yeah, there we go. Time's back on. Wales have not set up this line out yet. Valuable time going a waste for them. They don't look like a team that wants to win this game either way. Right, line out throw taken by Adam Beard now. And they are going to try and run this 10 meters out from their own try line. Still not able to breach the defense. There's a minute left now. Nick Tompkins taking on Marcus Smith. Still about 7 meters out now. Dan Bigger tries to cut back inside. And it looks like England might have... No, it is Wales still in possession here. And not gaining much ground, but they got the penalty advantage. Pick up and go from Wales now. Referee blows on the whistle now. Kieran Hardy takes it quickly. And he's over the try line, gets the try. There's 30 seconds left. Kieran Hardy gets the try in the 80th minute here for them. There's still time left on the clock. And it's right under the post here as well. So Hardy gets the try, 80 minutes. So can Wales snatch this one? Is there still time left for a restart here? Adams scoring a try in the 53rd minute. Tompkins in the 60th minute, and now Hardy in the 80th minute. Is there time left for this restart? Is there time for a restart? I don't think so. Yeah, there is time for one more. It's 23 points to 19 with one last crack at this for Wales. Are we going to see a miracle victory here for Wales? The restart now taken by Faletau, and he sets it up right on the 22-meter line here for Wales. Now Kieran Hardy, out it goes now to the forwards. It's Lake who sets it up now. Dan Bigger again out to Anshcombe. A little bit isolated there on the 22-meter line, but he does get it up. Now Dan Bigger, Jonathan Davis. Out to Cuthbert, who just makes it up over the 22-meter line. Wales will have to do this from within their own 22. Kieran Hardy, Dan Bigger, Jonathan Davis, Nick Tompkins, out wide they go. There's a bit of space here for them. They make their way up to the 10-meter line, but Faletau slips here. This could be the point where they lose this. No, they haven't. They got it back now. Tompkins, Adam Beard, Dan Bigger gets it out to Will Rowlands between the 22 and the 10-meter line. Now quick ball again. Nick Tompkins trying to set it up, but England defense are smothering them at the moment. Now it's Kieran Hardy back to Will Rowlands, and it's already 9 phases just outside their own 22. Now it's taken up by Leon Brown. Kieran Hardy waiting for it now, gets it up to Lake again now. Kieran Hardy. Out it goes to Anshcombe. Out to Dan Bigger from inside his own 22. Gets the pass out to Liam Williams between the 10 and the 22-meter line now. One last go at this from Wales. Will Rowlands sets it up. 5 meters outside of their own 22 at the moment. Still coming Anshcombe now. Jonathan Davis. Out it goes. Taken up by Wales, but stopped on the 22-meter line. Still Wales trying to go. I don't know. Flash score. Don't want to update to 19, Barry. Right, so 23-19. Here we go now. Nick Tompkins. Out it goes to Anshcombe. Long cut-up pass to Liam Williams again. He does get the pass back inside to Cuthbert. Cuthbert cuts back inside again. Now between the 22 and the 10-meter line, Kieran Hardy out to Nick Tompkins. Flat pass, and that ball has been knocked on by Wales. Or is it? Is there one more drama in this game? Are there one more drama? Was there a deliberate knockdown maybe from England in that movement. We'll have to wait and see here. Now it's been updated. A little bit too late for the update, but anyway, let's see. They're going to go upstairs for this one. Between the 10 and the 22 of Wales, in the middle of the field, they're going to have a look whether there might have been a deliberate knockdown from England. Oh, I don't think there was any. Can't see it, definitely not from that angle. But let's see. Oh, Courtney Laws did go for it, and he's probably going to get a yellow card for that as well. Right, so it is going to be a yellow card to Courtney Laws, surely, and a penalty to Wales. Or is he going to get the yellow card? No, he's not going to get the yellow card. So it's only a penalty against England, but it gives him the opportunity to have a crack at the line and set up another attacking line out. Finding touch on the 10-meter line of England. We are coming down to a finale. A great finale here in this game, as it's a 4-point game at the moment. Wales have the line out on the 10-meter line inside England's half now. And if you're a Welsh fan, you can start to dream. Right, line out taken by Wales now. Kieran Hardy. Out it goes now. Jonathan Davis is going to straighten the line up to the 10-meter line in the middle of the field. Kieran Hardy again. Dan Bigger. Now it's taken up by Cuthbert up over the 10-meter line now. Kieran Hardy again. They set it up just up over the 10-meter line in the middle of the field. Now Dan Bigger out to Leon Brown. England quickly over that ball, and they have stolen this ball. Here's England through Maro Itoje. And it will be the end of the game, surely, after this kick now. Ben Young's just waiting for it to come out as he puts it into touch, and that will be the end of the game. So England win by 23 points to 19, but what a fight back from Wales in the end. An absolutely great finish to a game that has been very close in the second half. Right, so England has survived the onslaught from Wales, and 23 points to 19 gets them the victory, thanks to Maro Itoje stealing that ball on the ground for England. Well, it is what it is. So 23 points to 19 full time here at Twickenham, and well done to England to win this game in the end. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Until next time, guys, this is the Rugby Guru. Cheers for now.